Hello everyone, I hope you're all okay and you've been keeping safe and staying at home. Mrs Finch has asked all of the staff at Thirlby if they would like to contribute something towards our new YouTube channel, which I think is so exciting. I thought really hard about what I wanted to share with you, and I know that some of you really enjoyed making the biscuits that I put out in the newsletter a couple of weeks ago. So I thought I would share another recipe with you. So today we're going to be making white chocolate and raspberry blondies. Now you may be thinking, what's a blondie? Well, a blondie is exactly the same as a brownie, just with white chocolate instead of milk chocolate. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is wash our hands, and if you've got long hair, tie your hair back. I'm then going to show you all of the ingredients and the equipment that you're going to need to use today. Hopefully we've now all got nice clean hands, and if you've got long hair it's now tied back. So the ingredients that you're going to need today are 250 grams of unsalted butter, 250 grams of caster sugar, 3 large eggs, 175 grams of plain flour, 250 grams of white chocolate chips. Now I couldn't get white chocolate chips in the shop, so I bought a bar of white chocolate and I'm going to chop it up into small pieces. And you're also going to need 90 grams of raspberries. The equipment that you're going to need to use today is a mixing bowl. You're also going to need some kind of oven-proof dish. Now my recipe recommends a 9" by 9" square tin. Unfortunately, I don't have that sort of tin in my house, so I've always used an oven-proof dish that's 8 inches by 12 inches and it's rectangle, and it's always worked absolutely fine. So any oven-proof dish that you've got that's suitable would be absolutely fine. You're also going to need to use a whisk. It doesn't matter if it's not an electric whisk, a handheld whisk would be absolutely fine. You're also going to need to use an oven and a microwave for this recipe, so you will need a little bit of help from an adult. So the first thing that I'm now going to go and do is go and set my oven to preheat at 180 degrees, or if you've got a fan oven, then it's 160 degrees. The second step of our method is to grease our tin that we're going to be using. So doing that, I have used a little bit of sunflower oil and I have just popped it in my tin, and then I've just moved it around so that it's evenly spread across my container. Then we need to melt our butter. So I'm going to do this by putting it in a microwave. I'm going to do it for 30 seconds to begin with, and then keep opening up and stirring until we end up with it nice and smooth. And then I'm just going to put that to one side. It's melted just here. You can see that I've used a tea towel to get this out of the microwave. If you've got oven gloves, even better. The bowl is a little bit warm, and my butter took exactly 1 minute to melt completely, and then I gave it a little stir and I'm ready just to set it to one side. So I'm going to leave that down here now, and the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mixing bowl, and in my mixing bowl I'm going to crack my 3 eggs. There's 1 egg, 2 eggs, and my 3rd egg. It's a really good challenge to see if you can crack your eggs into your mixing bowl without getting any shell in it. And to that, I'm going to add my caster sugar and start to whisk. My caster sugar is now going in, and I'm going to pour that all in at once until there is nothing left in my bowl. And then I'm going to start to whisk. Now, I do have an electric whisk, but if you don't have an electric whisk, that's absolutely fine. You can just use a handheld one, but it might just take you a little bit longer. Now, the idea with our whisking is that we want it to go really pale, and we want to create quite a thick mixture. So it should be just about double in size. So I'll show you what mine looks like in a moment. Okay, just about finished whisking, and I know that this is ready because when I lift up my whisk, there's a little trail for a couple of seconds. My whisk is now in the sink, ready to be washed up in a little while, and now we're going to start adding in some of our butter. Now, we don't want to add this in too quickly. We need to add it in slowly each time, and we're just going to fold it in. So I'm just going to pour a little tiny bit into my mixture, and then I'm going to lift my mixture up, and with exactly the same fork as I used, I'm just going to start to slowly mix in that butter. And we sort of want to turn the mixture over on itself rather than just stirring and mixing it in. So I'm going to go and do that now, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm finished. Super stuff. So now your mixture should look really nice and smooth, and it will probably be a little bit more yellow. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're slowly going to add in our flour. Now, a little bit similar with the butter, we need to do this quite slowly and a little bit at a time, and use the same technique of the folding to fold our flour in. So here goes in a little bit of my flour, and then I'm going to fold my mixture until I can't see any more of that flour before I add in my next little bit. So I'm going to go and do that now, and you could do the same, and I will see you soon. I've got a nice thick mixture now, as you can see, but it's nice and smooth. There isn't any little bits of flour still in there, so there should be no lumps of flour at all in your mixture. If there are, keep on folding until it's nice and smooth. So now the exciting part, we get to add in our raspberries and our white chocolate chips. So I'm going to put my raspberries in first, and I'm literally just going to tip them in, and I'm going to do exactly the same with my white chocolate. So as I said earlier, I couldn't get white chocolate chips, so I've chopped up my white chocolate bar into small chunks, and I'm going to pour those in too. And now we're just going to mix everything all together until it looks nice and even. Okay, now everything is mixed in and your mixture should look something like this. It doesn't matter if your raspberries have broken up into pieces, it makes the flavour taste even better. So now we're going to pour it into our oven-proof dish. Just pouring in my mixture into my oven-proof dish, and I'm going to try and get all of that mixture out of the bowl into my dish ready for cooking. My blondie mix is now ready to go into the oven, and my oven is preheated because we put it on right at the beginning. I'm going to put them on for about 40 minutes, but I am going to check them halfway through, so in 20 minutes time, just to make sure that they're cooking okay. If you find that after 40 minutes your blondies still aren't cooked quite right, then you can put a piece of foil over the top, put them in, and then keep checking on them every 5 minutes. In the meantime, while they're cooking, I'm going to go and do all of my washing up, so make sure that you remember to do your washing up and tidy up everything that you have used too. I'll see you soon when they're cooked. My timer has beeped, so I'm just going to go and check my blondies. Now, to check them, you're going to need perhaps a skewer, or if you don't have a skewer, then you could always use a knife. You are going to need the help of an adult for this part. Really carefully, using an oven glove or a tea towel, you're going to need to take your blondie out of the oven, pop your skewer or your knife straight into the middle, and then when you pull it out, if there's any mixture on the end, then it means that they're not quite ready yet. So let me show you. I've taken my blondie carefully out of the oven using my tea towel, and now I'm going to pop my skewer into the middle of my brownie, and when I pull it out I can see that there is some mixture on the end, which means that it's not quite ready, so I'm going to pop it back in the oven for another 20 minutes and then I'll keep you updated. My timer has just gone, so that's my 40 minutes of baking time done for my blondies, so I'm going to go and check them now. I have really carefully taken this out of the oven using my tea towel, and I can see that my blondie has really started going that golden brown on top. So I'm just going to use my skewer, pop it in the top. Now hopefully when we take this out, there shouldn't be anything on my skewer at all. So I know now that it's ready to go. So I'm going to leave it on here to cool for a little while, and then I'm going to try and cut it into even little chunks of blondies. So I'll let you know how that goes. Here is the finished product. Now yours might not look exactly identical to these. They might be a little bit bigger, they might be a little bit smaller, they might be a little bit paler in colour, they might be a little bit darker in colour, and that's okay because it's all part of baking. When you bake, things don't have to be perfect, but as long as you've given it your best try, that's what matters. I really hope that you have enjoyed baking with me today, and perhaps you've used some math skills when weighing out your ingredients, and of course you've had to follow instructions, so well done. I would love to see some photos of your blondie, so please do email me some pictures of you baking and your final product. If you have enjoyed this video today, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get notifications of other videos from other members of staff showing you things that they really enjoy doing. Stay safe everyone, and keep doing the incredible job that you are doing with your home learning. We are all absolutely amazed by the effort that you are putting in, so well done. I really hope that I will get to see you all soon. Take care. Bye.